Welcome to Invest, everybody. Today we're gonna do like a midday review. So if you're new, congratulations, you're one of the first because I'm also new today. This is a type of daily news rundown, and I'm trying to do. I don't know how well it's gonna work because I am pretty busy. So I'm gonna try to do this daily. Can't guarantee that that's actually gonna happen. But so for today, it is what, Wednesday, something or other, Wednesday the 26th and of February. So we're just going to go quickly and go over just basically the market outlook. We're also going to go over some of the news articles for the day, see how everything's looking, and just give my general feel for the market. I'll run down some other stuff at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But here we go. As you can see from the heat map from TradingView, it's kind of a mixed bag today. NVidia is earnings tonight, so that's a little bit interesting to watch, see them going up. Apple down, Tesla down. Some of these big players you are expecting to do pretty well are down. The market in general has been down the past couple of days. Right now we're looking to see if that's going to be a broader market problem or this is just a little hiccup. My general feel for it right now is that it's probably just a general hiccup. I expect the market to rally back up, at least in the near term. But I do think there's probably a bigger downturn in the near future. I would say probably the next couple of months. But for now, you should be buying this dip because I believe we are probably going to be recovering from this and seeing a little bit more growth on the back end. Some of that might come down to NVDA earnings today to see what the general outlook on AI chips is. One of the big market factors right now that we're seeing is that we are in sort of an AI bubble, and AI stocks in general are just really overpriced. You can see that a lot with Palantir. They really leaned heavily into AI stuff, and they are really feeling the pain right now. They're down something like 25% since the all-time high just a couple of weeks ago. If we go over to the earnings calendar, you see NVIDIA, Salesforce, they're both reporting earnings today. I would say that NVIDIA is probably going to beat, but they're probably going to have a slower outlook for the next quarter, and that's probably going to weigh down on them. I would expect them to probably go down tomorrow based on the earnings. But that's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not a analyst like that. I always see other places, Snow, eBay, big name brands here that we're seeing. But that's what to look out for. On the news side of things, we see over the past couple of days, Hooters announced they're going bankrupt. This article goes on to say that there's a negative outlook for other big food players. I would say that's probably going to continue, especially throughout 2025. As I mentioned before, we are going into some market headwinds. I would expect a market downturn in the next couple of months. In one of the first places that really sees that is restaurants. People are cutting back, and one of the things that they really cut back on is eating out. So I would expect more restaurants to go bankrupt. We also saw Joann Fabrics announcing their bankruptcy over the last couple of days. This is really disappointing for me specifically. My mom does a lot of arts and crafts. She has her own little business, and she's a pretty good customer of Joann Fabrics. I remember back when I was in high school, I learned how to crochet, and of course I'd always go buy yarn at Joann Fabrics. Really sad to see them go, but one of the things I'd noticed in more recent years is that they kind of leaned into not so much just the craft stuff, but they also have like the upselling stuff at the counter. You can see it in this picture even. They've got stacks and everything like that. Joann, you don't need to be doing that shit. You should be leaning more into the arts and craft stuff and having like, I don't know, like Micron pens and pencils at the checkout, not fucking snacks. Like nobody's going to fucking Joann Fabrics to buy snacks. Let's see. Egg prices predicted to soar more than 41% 2025. I would say that we're probably at the higher end of the prices right now, and that prices will start to come back down. I don't believe that we're actually going to see it go up 41% in 2025. Egg prices are already too high. People are already cutting back on eggs. If it got up to 41%, people would probably completely cut out eggs. It's already, like, people are struggling to buy these products. And, bird flu, even though it did hit hard at first, I think it's going to start to wane. You see, in other countries, egg prices are not this outrageous. I would say a lot of these egg prices going up is a product of greedflation. It's nasty out there. I would say if you can move away from eggs, maybe go to a different protein source. I'm a big proponent of eating more beans. Eat some more beans and legumes. They're really healthy for you. But yeah, it's disappointing to see eggs go up this high in price. But it's kind of a uniquely American problem, and I would like to see America to actively do something about it. Chickens aren't even that hard to raise. So if you're not renting and you have your own home, just buy some fucking chickens, dude. They're super easy to raise. You just throw out some table scraps and let them eat bugs. And occasionally buy them some supplemental stuff to keep them healthy, and you'll be fine. Let's see. Crypto. 800 billion wiped off of crypto market for this Bitcoin slump. Over Invest, we are not super big proponents of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It doesn't surprise me that crypto is dropping like a rock right now. One of the things that's really important to understand is that, opposed to like precious metals or other, inflation hedges or other currencies, the big problem with crypto is that there's not much utility for it. It's a speculative asset, which, if you know that going into it, that's perfectly fine. But one thing with speculative assets is that as soon as interest wanes, then it drops like a rock. And I would venture to guess that a lot of people are just dumping it because they're starting to lose interest, and they're like, hey, this is super volatile. I'm going to cut it out now while I have a chance. So, yeah, Bitcoin, it's just falling. And we can go over here to the Bitcoin chart and see that it's just been falling like a rock for days and days and days. If we go to the 1 month chart, fallen 15% the past month. It's still up over the last 6 months, but that was also because it was in a huge dip previously. And it's just starting to recover. Year to date, down 7%. I would say don't get into crypto. I don't buy this tip for crypto. I don't see crypto having any specific long-term implications. They had a little bit of a boost because regulatory, regulations kind of when they favor allowing ETFs and spot ETFs to come through. But of course, that only lasts for a certain amount of time because, you still need to find customers to buy it to prop up the price. And one thing I've repeatedly said about Bitcoin is that it's kind of a bigger fool scam. The only way Bitcoin is going to keep going up in price is if you can find more suckers to keep buying into it. And eventually, people are going to have to rug pull out of it. There's not a lot of utility for it. You can't use it to buy stuff, not much stuff. There are some websites now that you can buy stuff from it, but it didn't really take off in the way that I think people expected it to. And I still think it's just riding the hype train where people are still buying into it just because they think it's some paradigm shift, and it's really not. I do think blockchain has some really good, futures for different things, but I don't think as a currency it's really functional the way that people expect it to be. Let's see, what else? Lows beat Wall Street expectations. So spread at a sales slump. I would expect this to continue. One thing that I think people like to do when we're in a market slump is that they'd like to find things like they can do at home to keep themselves entertained that don't cost a lot of money. And luckily for Lowe's and other DIY sorts of stores is that when you're home and you've got, a lot of time on your hands, if you've gotten laid off and you want to do something that doesn't take a lot of money, you start doing home improvement projects. And I would expect that if people still do have savings, which I don't think they have all that much in savings right now, they would be going to Lowe's or Home Depot and trying to do some home projects just to kill time and have some entertainment. One thing also going forward, typically with recessions, you wait for about 6 months after the SAM law has been violated. If I remember correctly, SAM law was violated back in November of last year, so we were getting really, really close to that 6-month period. And you can see that the S&P 500 is starting to flatten out. You can see that the rest of the stock market is kind of hitting into some rough patches. I do think this is a sign of things to come, but I don't think that this specific dip that we're in right now is the end. I think this is going to recover. I don't think it could make a new all-time high, but I think the next all-time high is probably going to be the last little section before we have a big pullback. So, a little bit more about who I am, what we do. I am an algorithmic trader. I write algorithms. My day job is as a software engineer. And I'm not a very good speaker, as you can probably tell from this video. But, I'm hoping to get better. And if you stick with us, we'll hopefully make some good money together. One last thing is we do have a website, i.nve.st, hence the weird spelling, invest in our channel name. And in the future, I hope to be opening up access to it. So if you would like to trade on my stock bot, that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't quite worked out how exactly I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do it sort of like a thing where I manage the money, or if I just allow API access to where you can connect your brokerage account to the stock bot itself and let it execute the trades. I also don't know what level of customization that I want to allow on there. But going forward, this is going to be our home base. As far as how this YouTube channel is going to work, right now I have been doing AI-generated stuff. I'm hoping to move away from doing AI-generated stuff in the future because I know people don't like that. It's not fun to watch. It's kind of annoying. This right now is my voice, but I am going to run it through some filters and stuff like that because I know my voice isn't very entertaining to listen to. But in the future, I'm hoping to do more daily update videos, some news videos, and then I'd like to do some better educational videos in the future as well. But that's probably going to be limited to like 1 a week or 2 a month, something like that. So stick around if you like to learn about the stock market, if you like to follow the news. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time.